I am with my baby now. She's not feeling well kasi nagpapatubo siya ng ngipin. Ayan. Hello everyone. This is LisaAquino and welcome to my vlog. For today's video, I would like to share with you different tips in order to become a successful virtual assistant. In my previous video, I talked to you about the definition of a virtual assistant and also what does a virtual assistant do. So for today, here are the tips that I would like to share with you in order to become a successful virtual assistant, to keep you get started if you are still thinking of doing this. So first, you must know your skills. What are the things that you are capable of? Do you have an expertise? For example, graphics designing? Do you know how to handle social media accounts? Do you know how to create newsletters using different platforms like MailChimp or Aweber? Do you also know how to declutter inbox? Do you create website? Do you write content or blog post? Do you know how to create website using WordPress or Squarespace? Sorry. So you have to learn, you have to know and determine if what are the skills that you are very good at. Determining your expertise, knowing the skills would help you determine the jobs that you need to look for. So, syempre, hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-apply as a graphic designer or virtual assistant doing graphics design kung hindi ka magaling sa Photoshop. So, you need to determine, you need to know yourself very well. And if you want to learn different skills, there are a lot of online courses also, because I personally learned skills through watching YouTube videos, tutorials online. So yon, you can equip yourself with a lot of information using the internet. For the second tip is flexibility. So there are a lot of freelancers who work full-time. There are also freelancers who can only work part-time. So you have to determine whether you want to work full-time. And when you say full-time, that is 48 hours per week from Mondays to Fridays. And if it's part-time, you can work 2 hours a day, or 3 hours or 5 hours a day. So that's Monday to Friday. You can determine if you also would like to work on weekends, because there are projects wherein the company would ask you to work on Sundays, or if it's going to be a night shift or day shift, they have the preferred time. So there are companies that would let you work on their specific time zone. So are you flexible enough to work on those time zones, on those set time? And also flexibility when it comes to charging your customers, charging the company. Are you going to charge them on a daily or weekly basis, or monthly basis? Or are you going to ask them for an hourly rate or fixed rate? So you have to determine those things also, and you have to consider. And also, by working as a virtual assistant, you can also work more than one or two companies. So, but of course, you have to know whether you are able to comply with the rules and you are able to perform their tasks effectively. Because it's very important that at the end of every project, you get a positive review. Now for the next tip, the third one is you have to know where are you going to work. Are you going to set a home office? Or would you prefer working on a co-working space? And do you have a stable internet connection? There are also companies who would ask you kung saan specific ng bahay nyo ikaw mag-work. So, mas prefer nila na may home office ka. Yung iba, mas prefer nila na may home office ka. And they also ask if your internet connection is stable. Are you using Wi-Fi, wireless internet connection? Are you using wired connection? May mga companies that would require you to use wired internet connection. So, yun, kailangan mo ding i-consider yun when you are starting to become a freelancer or a virtual assistant. Once na na-determine mo na yung skills na kaya mong gawin, na kaya mong trabahuin, and then you determine kung are you going to work full-time or part-time, hourly or fixed rate, and then you have set up your internet connection, you have a fast internet connection, and you already set up your home office or kung saan specific sa house nyo, pwede kang mag-work ng tahimik. Now, this is also very important. The fourth tip is you have to consider having your own niche. Sino ba yung mga companies or ano-ano ba yung mga companies na gusto mong pasukan? Anong industry? Okay? It's very important that you also have your own target market because it will give you focus. So, if you determine kung gusto mo lang makatrabaho yung mga IT companies na small to medium lang ang scale nila, or mga real estate investors lang ang gusto mo makatrabaho, it will give you a more chance to get more projects. Because sometimes if you are able to land a project with, for example, with a real estate investor, and then you have you performed well, basically this company that you work with will give a referral to his colleagues. I-refer ka niya sa mga colleagues niya na real estate lang. Mababrand ka as a virtual assistant for real estate investors. So, knowing your target market is also good for your branding as a virtual assistant. Like me, as a virtual assistant, I work with small to medium business owners in the field of coaching. For example, business coach, health coach, spiritual coach, mga ganyan. And I prefer working with women only. So whenever I create my online profile, I always say that I am a virtual assistant for startups to medium business coach, health coach, ganon. So you are able to brand yourself on a specific for a specific market, which is very good because just like what I've said, it gives you focus. Hindi pwedeng virtual assistant ka ng IT company, virtual assistant ka pa ng isang ng isang real estate or isang retail store. Magulo. So parang ang dami-dami mong industry na papasukan. Remember, ang dami-dami mong kakompetensya because kakompetensya mo ang buong mundo. Hindi lang sa Philippines naghahanap ng virtual assistant ang mga international companies. So you have to consider talaga to have your own niche, to have your own target market. And then my final tip is you have to know how much you are going to charge your clients. Okay, so it's very important when you are charging your client, you have to consider your experiences then. Although first timer ka sa freelancing, okay, pero nagtrabaho ka sa isang magandang company, malaking company na ganito ang experience mo. Okay, so i-consider mo din yon. Isipin mo nagbabayad ka rin ng wifi and nagbabayad ka ng kuryente, and you stop working in order to become a freelancer. You stop working from a 9 to 5 job para maging freelancer. And how are you going to support yourself and your family? So, ganon. It's very important that you have to charge and you pay yourself very well. Okay? When I was starting, I started at $3 per hour. It's very low. Pero nilimit ko lang siya for 2 months when I had 2 projects at naka-receive ako ng positive feedback. I stopped it and I increased my hourly rate. I prefer working on an hourly rate than fixed rate. Guys, I hope that this tips will help you in order to land your first freelancing job as a virtual assistant. Ang masasabi ko lang, as a virtual assistant, dapat committed ka sa gagawin mo. Dapat you put your heart into it para mahalin mo yung work mo, para in return mamahalin ka rin. Hindi ako magiging 8 years as a virtual assistant kung hindi ko gusto yung ginagawa ko. Dapat maging passion mo rin ito. Okay? So, yun lang po. If you have any comments, please write down below. Feel free to ask me questions. And kapag may mga groups na like Facebook groups na pwede kang mag-join para makapag-ask ka ng mga questions sa mga ibang virtual assistants or mga freelancers. You can read discussions, ganyan, para matuto ka. It will equip you with knowledge and help you to get started as a virtual assistant. So if you like my video, guys, please subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to tap the bell button to notify you if I have new videos, especially when it comes to freelancing. So yun lang po, guys, and thank you so much again for watching this video. Bye!